Yeah. I mean, how rude of me. Let me shout out some of the greatest people in the world that, I think. We got, rest in peace, the legendary Tupac. Tupac, baby, rest in peace. If you got Big, if you got Pac, you gotta have Big. Shout out to Big, rest in peace. I got some of the legends in attendance tonight. As always, we're gonna transition to the other side. Who we got over there? A goat, James. What up, Brian? Like and subscribe to the show. If not the greatest running back of all time, Sweetness. The legends in the building. Pigskin players, let's rock out. This past week, it's been an awesome, great week of football. I mean, the way football is set up right now, the exposure, the opportunities, the different platforms, the different, leads. I just feel like it's super, super good for those multi-sport athletes. I'm a big believer in that multi-sport athlete. If you play basketball, you should run track or try football. Yeah, only 12 to 13 people only make the squad in basketball. I'm a big basketball lover. But sometimes we get caught up into, limiting, these kids or the youth to only play on one sport. You should take advantage of the opportunity to play as many sports as possible. Big believer in that. So with that being said, we like to keep track on those that, we pour into as they have the opportunity to, because back when I played, you can only play Metro. And Metro was during, the season where middle school ball started. Now, with some changes of schedule, which I love the schedule changes from middle school to high school. It's just big. You get to really see, those kids that have super great talents go against other kids in different leagues, which I feel like that is super, super great. So let's continue to make that happen. So, shout out to former Metro, QB, and athlete. We had the opportunity to go out to Summit Middle School earlier this week and check out, some middle school ball. And I tell you, this particular player, super proud of him. He did his thing, leading his team to a victory, putting up three touchdown passes. I mean, eating good. My young fella, Mr. Pierre Hines, super proud of you. You did your thing. You led your team to amazing victory. Shout out to Coach Sanders, Coach Mack, my guy that took me underneath his wing, Coach Lindeland. I had an awesome time out there connecting with the kids, covering the game. And I'm not going to say too much. Let's check out some of those highlights from this week at Summit Middle School. Pierre Hines, his team gets the victory. Offensive play calling on point. Coach Sanders. Let's check out some of those highlights and photos. The Summit offense, led by quarterback number 3, former Metro stud, lines up to get his team on the board. He drops back and he throws a dot right there for the touchdown. Summit. That's that Dodell training right there. One of his 3 touchdown passes of the day. Pierre Hines. I see your boy in good. The game of football, I mean, it's just one of those sports where you feel some sense of belonging. If you have a favorite team, a favorite player, and the history behind that team or that player transcends from when you started watching the game to now when you grow older, you have your kids or your grandkids if you're older, buy into that same team. It's just so many different stories and so many different things of why we love football. And that's why we so thankful to have the opportunity to sit and chop it up with you, bring exciting news, breaking news, crazy stories, crazy facts that we're gonna bring on Pigskin Players. So with that being said, digging through the rabbit hole, we like to say here in my city, came across some very, very interesting news. Old news, but it's new to me. And new to you if you haven't heard it. Um, but it was a crazy, crazy season. We're gonna talk about look. We're gonna dive right into some NFL talk if you don't mind. We're gonna jump back and forth. We're just gonna have some fun, some cool little vibes. But they say the 1982 season was a unusual season for the NFL. It was a player strike, a 57-day player strike mid-season that led to teams only playing 9 games and having a big tournament with the best teams that could compete for this tournament. Well, the biggest thing about that 1982 season, which probably never will be done again or seen, I haven't seen it because this particular award is predominantly dominated by quarterbacks or running backs. You have some defensive players that win it, but we're talking about the MVP award. Yes. Now, if you can guess who won this award, we'll drop a little something in that cash app. In 1982, remember the name, Mark Mosley. The then Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders. Shout out Magic Johnson and all them taking leadership and ownership and all that. Yes, a kicker, a place kicker by the name of Mark Mosley wins the MVP award and then captures a Super Bowl in that same season. Check this stat out. He went 20 of 21. That's over 95% of a completion rate of kicks. Now in that short season that, again had that player strike, he was quoted to say it was really nobody else that stood out in that short time frame of the season, making him the leading candidate and getting that call to become the first and only kicker in NFL history to win the MVP. Shout out to you, Mr. Mark Mosley, for eating good in 1982. Yes, indeed. Pigskin players, baby. Pigskin players. Yes, indeed. So we talked about it, the hot ticket, the game, kept everybody at the edge of their seat, maybe dropping some popcorn on somebody right in front of them, but it's all good. It's all love. High school football. Yes. Carroll. Snider. They call it Snider Spoiler Stadium. That's just what we hear. But let's get right into it. The game. Snider losing the last 3 against Carroll. The stud, junior quarterback, Jimmy Sullivan, the rising stars. I like to say RBU, maybe DBU for Snider football program. Shout out to Jessie Bates, by the way. I say that. Let's take that moment. Shout out to Jessie Bates doing this thing. First week of the NFL season, man. 2 picks for the 260. Down in Atlanta now, showing out. 2. That's that Fort Wayne 260 pop. It's just something in the water around here where, we just produce some good athletes and good overall people, from this area. If you know, you know. So we got to take this time, before we, get back into this amazing game that we had the opportunity to cover. Got some crazy highlights from the game. Can't wait to talk about it. But right now, shout out to the NFL, the best safety in the league, Jessie Bates, former Snider stud, 2 picks first week. Shout out to you, Jay Bates. We salute Pigskin Player for eating good. Yeah, Snider, Carroll. Kicks off, opening drive. Jimmy Sullivan, 7 plays, 80-yard drive. Nice touchdown catch by the young fella. I think what's his name? Caden. Give me a second to look up his name real quick. Jaden Van Pelt. Sorry about that, young fella. I got it now. Jaden Van Pelt. Nice drive. But again, I said it. RBU, DBU. Snider always seems to find a nice running back. And it's the importance. You're going to see this play. We're going to show this play right here. We're going to kick off right here. This the importance of keeping your feet moving and never giving up on that play, running back. So if you're a running back watching this, watch this young fella breaks loose for 59 yards right after that touchdown to tie the game up. 7-7. Shout out Uriah Buchanan on this beautiful play. Let's take a look at it.
He hits the hole. He bounces, spins off the defender. That's why you got to wrap up, and that's why you got to keep your legs moving, running back. And he's to the crib, eating good, 4-6, Uriah Buchanan.
That's the tone. That gets them rocking and rolling. You know, it's the crowd is going wild, the fans going crazy, the energy, the chants. We love it and all that. And, we got to capture some of that. Seen a lot of, just the prep session, the student session, section just going crazy. And it's always that back and forth with the Carroll section, with the Snider section. It just gives you that feeling of just loving, high school football. So immediately, next possession, it was like deja vu. Jimmy Sullivan, back to the young fella, Jaden Van Pelt for another touchdown for Carroll. I mean, going crazy, eating good, And it was just something in the air, man. It was just something in the air. So, the game is going back and forth. It's 14-7, and what do you have it? The Vanderbilt commit for baseball. Now, I'm pretty sure after this game, a lot more of them football offers are going to start rolling in for the young stud and commit to Vanderbilt, Brandon Logan. 2 plays that changed the game. This play doesn't happen. I don't know if Snider wins, but he picks off Jimmy Sullivan to go 6 to the crib. Not once, but twice. 2 pick 6, the last one coming right before halftime, giving Snider so much momentum. They turned up, they lit, the crowd going crazy. I mean, 2 pick 6s in a game, eating good. Let's check out some of those highlights. Then we're going to dive into the rest of this.
Jimmy Sullivan takes the snap. The pressure comes. He scrambles out to the left. He throws it, and it's picked off by number 4, Brandon Logan, the Vanderbilt recruit for baseball, to the crib for 6. Eating good.
Calling that deep return, number 27.
Yes, sir! The next drive, Carroll gets it back. Let's see how they respond. A few minutes before halftime, can they get a big play? He throws it, and it's again picked off by Brandon Logan. I'm pretty sure after this game, all the football offers are going to be coming in, and he takes it back to the crib for another pick 6. That boy is he full because he was eating good tonight in that Snider victory. Look at the fans going crazy. They turn, it's lit, it's going down at Snider Sports Stadium. Carroll, Snider, the game, hot ticket. We live, eat media.
Field goal good.
You see it. The game, so many emotions, the crowd, all that, the energy. We just again so thankful to have a moment of capturing it. So again, Brandon Logan, eating good, 2 pick 6s. To give them the lead. Going into halftime, 24-14. But, of course, Carroll going to make some adjustments. They came out to the second half. Again, Jimmy Sullivan, another touchdown pass to cut the deficit to 24-21 now. And then getting a quick field goal early in the fourth quarter. Game tied, 24-24. But that Snider defense and just something in the air again. A lot of legends was at the game. Seen a lot of former Snider players that, did their thing on that football field. Some of the old state champions team was out there. It was just a beautiful vibe and opportunity that, I was thankful to, be a part of and, witness, Snider breaking that losing streak. The losing streak 3 times in a row. They had lost to Carroll. Until this night, they broke that. Some of those guys had never beat Carroll. So to have that opportunity, we just like to, shout out that team, that staff, Snider Panthers football team did an amazing job, and we were so thankful to capture the moment. Congratulations, young fellas. Let's talk about the impact. First off, what we are witnessing right now is nothing but the music. One of my OGs been telling me this, and I gotta admit, he told me that Colorado is gonna go undefeated this year. He said it's something about the music they're playing right now. I said it before the season started that they were gonna win some games and see a big, big change. But let's talk about the support. Mainly from the black community. My people, seeing somebody in that position, we showing up and we showing out. And for somebody that doesn't even know that much about football, to see the impact that, Coach Prime is having down there in Colorado. I mean, the sideline alone is looking like a Laker game, Game 7. You're seeing so many different people talking about it. The revenue that, has been generated since Coach Prime has went down there. It's been crazy. But the support, the love, the brotherhood, just everything about the music that Colorado is playing right now is beautiful. Like, you can feel it. If you're watching the game, you can feel the energy watching it through the TV. So just imagine, all those different people, all types of, walks of life there, showing love, supporting Coach Prime, seeing somebody that's a believer and just loves on the children, pours on them on every single aspect. How could you not, support or get behind something like that? So, I want to, shout out my people for just, and again, it's the football. For some reason, sports and football, I got to talk football because, that's what we know. But football somehow always seems to pull and bring people together. It's the story, it's the music, all that. And I tell you, what Colorado and Coach Prime is doing in that staff, and his son's playing, balling out, shout out them. Everybody, Deion Jr., shout out them, man. I would love to link up on some media. Let's do it. We loving it. We love what Colorado got going on right now. But it's beautiful. So let's get into the game. We all watch, late night game. Started at 10, was over a couple hours ago. So, we live with it, covering it. The game starts off battle. It's a rivalry game. And even Coach Prime said he didn't really, know too much about the game, and it was all new to him and some of the fans there that attended. But it was a classic game that, came down to the wire, overtime. And, those that stayed up and watched the game, we weren't mad that we stayed up and watched it. It was one of those games and one of those staples, to let you know that, Colorado is here. And that man, number 2, he's here too. And he said it. Hat on, shades on, it's time. But let's talk about the other son real quick. Setting the tone. Some big hits. The pick six. Let's talk about the pick six first. That kicked off the momentum. Shiloh with the pick six. Did his thing. Up in the end zone. Sat on the throne, the turnover chair. And it was a battle, And for the disrespect, first off. The disrespect that the other coach said. That really made it personal, with the game. What you think about it? Drop some comments down below, and also like, subscribe, share, and what you thought about the disrespect of the game. So, Colorado State, they got some players out there. The receivers out there was making some huge, huge plays. And for two teams that nobody probably would have even talked about had not Deion been there this year, that prime effect gave the opportunity to two schools to get some national exposure on a college football Saturday game night. Had the whole world tuned in. So that alone, you should tilt your hat for that, coach over there at Colorado State. Instead of saying, some slick stuff out of the side of your mouth about, well, that's how my mother taught me. Well, I hope your mother also taught you how to take an L. And you should watch what you say, But it's all good. It was nice to see them shake up, at the end of the game. But it was an unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. A lot of penalties. In fact, Colorado State both teams had over 100 yards in penalties. A lot of unnecessary penalties. We do want to take a moment out, send a prayer and send a speedy recovery to whatever, happened with, Travis Hunter. That play, being a former player, that hit was totally, unnecessary. We get it. It's a rivalry game. A lot of emotions, a lot going on to the game. But that hit was totally, unacceptable. And if that's, we all want to play the game safe, return home how it is, but we understand it's a dangerous game. But that type of play, that type of player, I understand, I get it. But that was a defenseless receiver at the moment. Yeah, he came back in the game and played, but that hit, really, you can tell, it took some out of him. We don't like the dirty play, but it's all good. But we do want to send some prayers up for a speedy recovery, for whatever is going on with Travis Hunter. But let's talk about Shedeur. Team down 11, fourth quarter. That's that, he said it, Brady. That's that Brady talk. That's that Brady conversation. 98-yard drive. Gets his team in the end zone. We seen some mobility, him scrambling, getting out of the pocket, keeping the play alive. But to lead his team down 11 into overtime, putting the ball on the money, psyching the defense out, showed a lot of leadership and showed why he has that L for leader on his shoulder pad. So shout out to the Colorado Buffs winning the game, remaining undefeated. Some people said they wasn't going to win a game this year. They ranked 18. Next week going into Oregon. Now these next two games, we're really going to see something. We're seeing something. We're seeing history already right now, ladies and gentlemen. But these next two games, you see the jersey in the back. Go Big Blue. Go Big Blue all the way. But if I had to say the most exciting story, we're good. We're number 2 team in the nation. We're ready. We're looking in playoff form. Our head coach coming back this upcoming week. We've been doing our thing. Shout out to the intern coaches that's been holding us down for these past couple weeks. Now Coach Harbaugh is back. It's game time. We're going to do what we need to do. So when it gets in November, we're going to do what we do, run through these couple teams, and be ready for the playoffs. Go Blue all the way. But this story in Colorado and Boulder, it's been running through the airways. And we just so thankful for, all the football, all the game, and just everything that's going around surrounding football. We all, have setbacks and things that we go through in life. The most important thing that I want to give you guys is to never, give up. There's always a solution to something. So whenever you're feeling like, things ain't going in your way and things keep on coming your way that may take your your mind or your mental off that particular goal, that's where you gotta, put your head down, put your boots on, and go even harder. Because it's only a little short time. Just stay focused, stay dedicated to the grind, and you will prevail through. And remember, success is only success, even though bull always comes knocking. Success, even though BS always come knocking. So keep grinding, keep growing, keep glowing, and always remember to eat good.